Welcome to another prison time story time. Y'all, it's been a minute, ain't it? Y'all, we did that marathon last time. I think that I told a prison time story time. And y'all, we're getting close to that number to doing another one. The next marathon we're going to do is when we monetize the page. That means we got 1,000 subscribers and we got 4,000 watch hours. And the next time we get 4,000 watch hours. So those are the next two milestones, and that will be the next time we do marathon. So we possibly got some coming up. I'm gonna run down a number of public watch hours we got. So once we reach that 4,000 watch hours, maybe a marathon is coming. And then once we get the notification, you know that my page is full of monetization, we're gonna do that. And we're also gonna do a money giveaway. Okay, how do you participate in that? If you're new here, make sure you subscribe for one. You gotta be a subscribers, okay? And y'all also go and to be entered in, you have to go and follow me on my store finds page, my store find queen page on TikTok, okay? And I'll put all the information on the screen, or y'all can visit my link tree. Follow me on everything, okay? So that's one of the requirements, and we're gonna do a live, and then we're going to go from there, okay? I will be picking everybody's name based upon the comments. So make sure y'all comment away. I'm going to go from the last 5 videos. I'm going to go in, see whatever your name is up there, and I'm going to put it in like a little bucket or whatever. And then online, I'll just pick it out. And we'll do from that, okay? And we'll basically doing money from the first check I get. So I think the much you can get, the less you can get is like $100. So we'll just pick from one bucket, and if the bucket say $5, you get $5 on your cash app, and you must have a cash app too. So if you don't have a cash app and I pick your name, then I will send you a care package, because that's just how I do money. I'm either gonna cash app you, or we'll do a care package where you get like a bestie shirt and some other goodies as well. But either way, that's that. But anyway, welcome to another prison down story time. Before y'all go, make sure y'all visit my description. Shop the merch. Make sure y'all grab the Crown On book. And shout out for the people that's been buying the Crown On book. Like, shout out to y'all. Big ups to y'all. You can go on Amazon and buy it. And you also can go to my website and buy it. Like, y'all been doing y'all big one. Like, every time I get that check that comes from that, I just be like, oh, somebody bought my book. Because sometimes it's like one sale, you be like, oh, somebody bought my book. Because Amazon, I think it sends you, like, you don't get it like every month, but you get it like every 3 months or every 2 months or whatever. And they combine all your sales together, and then they just send it to you. And I'm thinking like, somebody bought my book. Because I don't go there and check the sales. When I get the little notification that I got some money from Amazon, y'all, thank you so much for everybody that has brought the Crown On book. And if you haven't got it, please go. If you're trying to elevate in life, that book is just for you, man, woman, whatever. Go read it, baby. It's not a long read, but it's a very important read, and it will elevate you in life. Anyway, let's get into the story time. Now, y'all, this is off the cuff, okay? Off the rim, off the dome. I literally was sitting, scrolling. I won't go tell the story, but I was like, why not? It's funny. Okay, so we're going to call this shrimp, okay? And you probably think, like, what does this got to do with the prison, okay? Let's get into it, okay? Now, this person in real life right now is a big content creator on Facebook. I seen him on Facebook. He probably on every website, but I just see his content on Facebook. He does content where he interviews people, and then he does the reaction to their interview. That he asks them crazy questions and whatever. And his content is doing very well, okay? It's very funny. The editing is A1, okay? I enjoy it. It's very funny. Always was a funny guy. But we're gonna call him, what can we call him? Because I don't want to get nothing too close to the name or whatever. And if y'all know who I'm talking about, please don't comment that young man's name. But let me see, what can we call him? We're gonna call him Nick, okay? We're gonna call him Nick, okay? We're gonna call him Nick. Now, I was working in the prison for about, I'm gonna say 3 years. I have been working in the prison for about 3 years, okay? Now, when I worked in a prison, I didn't wear a lot of weave, but every now and then I did dip with the weave. Now, I did do the weaves. I did sew-ins was like crazy when I was working in prison. The first time when I was working in prison for 5 years as a correctional officer, then I came back and worked in another prison for almost 3 years as a correctional case manager. But I was a correctional officer at the time. And then one particular day, we're in lineup. I'm minding my business, and a familiar face that I knew walked in. Now, this person was in my graduation class, but what happened was he was with us and he always was fine, y'all. He was fine. Light skin. Sometimes he used to wear glasses, sometimes he didn't, but he needed glasses because he was blind. But he was just very cute. Light skin, tall, gay, sexy geek with his glasses on, gay football star with him all. Light skin, had big, beautiful pink lips. I could never get over them lips. He had long, gorgeous hair, where when he went to school with us, he had like long hair, just like these bundles, but he grew them for his roots, okay? He had long hair, but now he has dreads. And see, he had the good hair, so all his hair, little baby hair, used to be curling and everything. His dreads always was professional done. And you know he had an edge up on him, girl. And he was tall, okay? So he was just cute, you know what I'm saying? He was cute, okay? So Nick, and I'm gonna have to write him down because baby, I will mess up that name because I'm about to change his name right then. So Nick was a cute young man, but one day he came and walked in lineup, and I'm thinking like Nick was not the type that I would feel like would be a correctional officer. So it was a shock when he walked in. I'm thinking like, what is going on? I'm like, oh my God, I know that ain't Nick. You know how if you see somebody that you know is a goofball, and you think like, well, for me, this is an atmosphere that you can't really be a goofball. You can slide in a joke, you know, with us, with the officers, we can joke and have fun or whatever. But like, this is a place where you kind of got to be serious a little bit. And I'm thinking like, he's not gonna be able to do this job. That's what I thought he did. But he had just came home from being in the military, okay? So he was what is it called, on the guard, okay, on the National Guard. So they will go do their assignments and then they'll come back home. So he was on the National Guard or whatever. So I guess in between his employment or whatever, because I don't know everything, I ain't been in the army before, but he would come home and I guess he needed something to do, so he signed up to work for the prison, child. And honey, they hired him. He walked in line there. I was like, oh my God, I know that ain't Nick, okay? So anyway, Officer Nick walked in looking good, looking like he was looking, and all the girls was like, girl, who that? Girl, who that? And first of when you come and line up, everybody just be around just talking before they come and call line up. You know, the person that's gonna go over to like the speaker of line up, which is usually a captain or something like that. But before they actually commit to wherever, everybody just standing around talking. You know what I'm saying? We've been there for we be around these people more than we be around family. So it's like a family. Everybody just talking and talking and talking and talking, whatever. So then he walks in. The first thing he do is walk right up to me and give me a hug. He was like, oh my God, you work here? I didn't know you work here. And so we talking. So now the girls is chattering. Like everybody was looking when he came in. Now everybody like, oh, Baker hugging him. What Baker doing? How she know they man? And so we do the lineup. They tell us where we gonna go, what we had to do with our assignments or whatever. And they put him with my, what's the name? So he stands beside me. They tell him he's gonna go on green unit, okay? And this is the gang unit. And I'm thinking like, they might shouldn't have start him out here because, you know, might try him because he a pretty boy. Because some of the inmates, a lot of the inmates, they would try the pretty boys. They would try everybody that came in. But I think they gave you a heart. If you a little younger, they'll try you harder. And if you like pretty, or you're a pretty boy, you don't look like you could be tough, they'll try you. But he wasn't one of them ones to be tried. He one of them pretty boys that knew exactly who he was and try me if you want to, like type of speed or whatever. But to look at him, you'll probably think like, yeah, I might could push over on him. No, he went to the military for a reason. Either way, so Officer Nick or whatever, we walking down the hall because you gotta walk to the, like when you're in lineup, it's like in the front of the building, but to walk to the unit, it's like a 16 minute walk. So we just talking or whatever, and we getting all these stares. Like everybody just staring. And like, I would say this to say, like, I used to always wear my hair out. Like I would get my hair relaxed, and I had long hair, okay? And so he had a thing for long hair, just like me. I like long hair, and baby, don't let it be yours. He's like, oh my God, you got some long hair. And you know, I think he had a thing for long hair because his hair was long, okay? So when he's in lineup, he had his hair cornrow, but his hair was like in a ponytail, okay? But you could still see how long his hair was because he had his hair in the back, like, but the back, if somebody had pretty cornrows like with all these designs in, okay, he had his hair like this, but he had a hat on his head or whatever. But either way, he was fine, y'all. That's the only way I describe it. He was fine to me, okay? So We walk into the unit. We get to the unit. The sergeant tell him that since we know each other, he gonna put him with me. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, Baker is one of my best officers, so I'm gonna put you with Baker. He was like, yeah, like that. And see, me, I always had a crush on Officer Nick, but I never took it there with Officer Nick because he was one of the ones that had all the girls, okay? And I just think I ain't want to date the hoe. I want to admire the hoe from afar, but I just didn't want to date the hoe. And now some people might, yeah, they want to date the hoe. You want to date the popular. I didn't want that because I knew a lot of people was on them. And I don't want my man, everybody want to be on him like that. But either way, I'm going to flirt, right? Because he cute. And I'm definitely going to flirt because he right here. So either way, he tell us that he want us to start off on the booth because he want me to go ahead and start trying to chain him on the floor. And I'm thinking like, this is his first day. And they was like, actually, this is his third day. This is the first day they assigned him to on the unit. So he's been on the unit. So he was telling me he had one on this unit, that unit, whatever. And he was like, yeah, the inmates kind of tough. They be saying crazy stuff. And they told me not to really say nothing bad. He said, but I've been talking shit. I said, you been talking shit? What you been saying? He said, yeah, these niggas really be trying to try me. They walked up. Oh, your ass ain't gonna be here for long. And said, no, how long you got? I'll probably be here longer than you or whatever. He was like, I just be saying crazy stuff back or whatever I say back, or I just be looking at him like, yeah, nigga, whatever. Like I said, yeah, that's how you stay here. That's how you stay here. You gonna have a little fire to come back with it, whatever. So he was like, I would just say anything that would just kind of come to me or whatever. And I said, well, just be careful because some inmates, they want you to back it. They don't want you just talking. They want you to back it or whatever. He was like, we gonna do whatever they gonna do. And so we laughed and talked. So like I said, we started in the booth and they want us to be in the booth for 4 hours or whatever, so he can the inmates can see. And the inmates, one thing about it, I don't care if you were professional, non-professional, in their heads you belong. If you was a woman on the unit, you belong to them, and they gonna let everybody know that you is they woman, okay? Or in their head, you they woman, okay? So if they see a man that they have never seen on the unit before, see beside you, it's instantly a problem, okay? So it's yard time. It's time for the ones that want to go to the yard to come out. And like I was saying, or I have described many times, on each unit, okay, each pod, okay, or where they live at has 48 men in each one. So and there's two sides, okay? So on one side you can have A, B, C pod, okay? It's 48 men in each of these pods. It's got an upstairs and downstairs. Everybody got their own room, okay? So as soon as they was like, okay, the officers that on the floor, we popped the door so they can come into their living quarters, and they say, yard call. So they call in the yard or whatever. And so everybody that want to go to the yard, they're coming out and they're going to walk to the yard, okay? So the yard is probably like maybe an 8-minute walk from where they going, and they go walk out there to the yard or whatever. So the ones coming out, but they coming out, the inmates coming out, and they looking up there in the booth because we're popping the doors or whatever. Baker, who the fuck they sitting beside you? That nigga sitting close. And no, he was sitting real close. Like, because he had to watch everything I'm doing. Like, I'm teaching them this button does this button does that. You know, you're teaching them this button open this. If they come to the door and they ask for stuff, you make sure they live in that pod, okay? Because sometimes they could be asking for you to open that door so they can go in there and hurt somebody. So you got to make sure that, okay, and after a while, you'll learn who, you just got to be there long enough, who is in what door and who is in what. You'll learn. Now, they switch their room number sometimes, so sometimes you keep on. If you be up there long enough, you'll figure stuff out. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, when they come to the door, you basically pop what they tell you to open, okay? So either way, I'm teaching him, and Nick was like, well, what's this button for? And what's this button for? But he's being extra because he's real flirty, you know what I'm saying? Because that's who he is. He's flirty. He's a ladies' man or whatever. So he see that him being beside me is fucking with them. So now he really finna fuck with them. Like, he was like, I don't like these motherfucking niggas. I'm finna fuck with them for real. And then so I'm sitting down and I'm teaching him, like, you open this door to this and this door go this. And then when they call the yard, you go ahead and open this door. And I was like, the yard button right here. And so he leaning over me like, oh, like that. Or let's say if my hair, you know, when a girl talk or whatever, sometimes her hair will fall on her lip gloss or something like that, get stuck. Or he taking my hair and doing that, or he doing my hair like this. So okay, man, because my hair was long, and my hair was real long. And the thing is, like, when I would go on the floor, I would have it up, you know, so it can be grabbed in case of an incident or something like that. But when I was in the booth, I would let my hair out or whatever. And so
The inmate, boo, 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 knocking on the boo. Don't be motherfucking touching her head. Like, they would get so mad. Like, don't be motherfucking, who the fuck up there? And they be like, Sarge, who the fuck up there? Who this nigga? He out there rubbing on back. I'm thinking, like, to me, I had to bite my tongue because it's funny, because I'm like, why is y'all I don't belong to none of y'all. I'm mean as I am, and y'all acting the way you acting, but they did not like Officer Neat off the rip. This nigga doing too much up there. You supposed to be learning that. And they knocking on the nigga, you supposed to be touching on Baker. Baker's not Baker. The fuck, like, they is upset with him, and he just doing stuff. He was like, why is they so upset? I said, you gonna learn they like that by every female, okay? And I'm the police. They like that by they believe if you come in, and they will tell you, if you were on the phone, let's say if you was on the phone for a long period of time, and most of the time, when I first started working there, I was single, but then eventually after a while, I got married, and I was married for 6 years. So if y'all want to hear that story, so I got the new story time on the membership. You got to join it, y'all. I'm telling y'all how I met my husband, our dating experience, all that stuff like that, and how we crashed and burned, and where we at now today. Okay, so to hear that juicy story time, join that membership. Okay, hit that join button, baby. Go ahead and get the tea. I already told the first part. I'm going to drop the second part real soon. Okay, either way, jumping back into the story time, he was doing the most. And I'm like, Nick, you got to chill out or whatever. Because, like, they don't know that I know you. Like, I knew him. Like, I had been in school. Like, I was in high school with him. I was in middle school with him. I know him. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that you some random dude. I'm just letting you touch my hair and stuff like that. You can't be doing it or whatever. He told me, so, man, they get so daggone mad. It's so funny, yo. It's so funny. He be like, well, I'm going to chill out or whatever. So our 4 hours is up. The inmates already came back from the yard. At the time we had to go, they have told us that we need to go to the cafeteria, or they call it the chow hall. So in there, we had to swipe the cards, okay? Basically, they swipe the card and they go get the tray, right? And so they got him standing up there and we're swiping the cards, and I'm teaching him, like, how to take the card from the inmate and swipe it, give it back to him or whatever. And I said, now, this is a time that you're going to have to be a strong officer, because they're going to get at you. It ain't no blocking. They basically coming in line. The only thing that's blocking is like this little bar of rail, and they can dip under if you want to. There's nothing. You're right there. The inmate right here. You right there. Okay. So if they want to get at you, say anything, stab you, whatever they want to do, they can get at you. Okay. So you got to make sure that your comebacks be just as nice. So they're gonna say crazy as you're gonna come at. And I feel like this made me, interacting with them at this way, made me either a better officer. You're supposed to be looking for things, looking for cuts, looking for marks on making sure nobody getting abused. You're looking for everything. So not only is you talking jump to the inmate, you're making sure everybody's good. A good officer is going to be looking for that. A lot of them that smoke, their tips of their finger was like burnt. Okay, so you know that. Okay, so you know, okay, X, Y, and Z, they fingernails, and they might got some tobacco or something they ain't got in there, and you can note that when you're about to go for the search. That's what a good officer were doing when they were just coming through or whatever. Now, a bad officer sitting there every time somebody come in there flirting, and I saw people do that. They be coming in, you sure look good. You think so? No, this ain't what we're here for. Girl, what are you doing? I want to then knock people in the head. I'm like, God, no, you can't find a man at the gas station. Why are we doing all that? But anyway, when somebody used to give me a comment, I used to give them a hard time, y'all. They be come through, you sure look good, say that for the next. I'm like, you can't take a compliment, banger. Took it, bye, keep on going. I was just so mean. So when they come through or whatever, they were ready to talk jump, because they just witnessed this man in there doing the most with me in the booth. And no matter, like I said, no matter how professional you are, in their head, they create their own storylines. You just got to be professional and redirect them, okay? To let them know this ain't that, okay? So they coming through, they couldn't wait. They called green unit, because we done did blue unit, we done tan unit, we done fed all these people. Now it's green unit time. They coming in, oh, they mad, boy. Oh, that's where it is. That's where it is. Who the fuck are you? Like, they talking crazy to him. Who the fuck are you? And he will point to his name tag. Not even saying that. They will, man. Oh, this nigga got Joe. Oh, you don't talk? You mute? You mute? No, I talk a lot, nigga. like he was getting at them like they were dudes on the street, which they were. They just was in there. But he was like, no, I'm Officer Nick. Can I help you with anything? let me get your card so I can swipe it. And he was real cocky. Like, Officer Nick was real cocky. And it was so funny to me because usually when you have a new officer, I know when I was a new officer, I was scared. He was not scared of them. And it was very rare that we trained a man that was not scared. And I'm sorry, but it was the truth. Most of the men that we trained, even older men, we were trained, they were really scared of the inmates. And I'm thinking like, okay, why? Okay, they just like anybody on the street. You just know what they did. A lot of people, more people on the street that's right now walking in food line around people that you don't know. Baby, they more dangerous than the inmates because at least we knew what they did. You don't know what this person that's standing beside you did. So to me, that's how I looked at it. These are just big, dangerous creatures. We know that these are dangerous individuals and we treat them accordingly, but we ain't gonna be like, oh God, you can't do that or you gonna have to find another job. And I guess when I train people to say that. Like, yes, these men are dangerous. You know what they're capable of. You know a little bit. We still don't know everything about them, but you understand. Just treat them with respect. If they say something crazy to you, it's okay to respond back, but make sure that you're going to be able to back up what you do because they might have a reaction. And that's just life. If somebody get at you regular, not an inmate, and they say something crazy to you, you got to ask yourself, are you going to be able to back up the response? So if somebody be like, look, this is my seat, and you be like, well, I ain't moving, can you back that? Because if not, you need to get up. You know what I'm saying? That's the same way of dealing with inmates. You got to make sure that whatever you say, that you can back it, okay? So either way, they were coming in. He would say the little smart man. They was like, don't let Baker trying to get you fucked up, man. He was like, well, who gonna fuck me up? Like, I was like, okay, Nick. Okay, Officer Nick, I kind of like it because I'm like, okay, he bad about it. Okay, whatever. And he got known for that. Like, yeah, Officer Nick ain't scared of nothing. Like, they be saying crazy stuff. Like, I had one inmate come in and he was like, what the fuck you looking at? Just looking at Officer Nick. They never met before. He looked at him. He was like, let me get your cards. To swipe the card. Or sometimes Officer Nick, when he said that, he would just handle out his hand because y'all been doing this forever. Y'all know what to do. Give him his card. He swipe. I don't want you to touch your card. I want Officer Baker to touch your card. So I get the card. Nick, I take the card off my hand, swipe it, and give it back to him. I'm like, Nick, stop. And it didn't help y'all because I'm giggling at Nick because he funny. He was like, no, because niggas keep trying to be funny. Like, y'all trying to keep funny, but I mean, don't y'all gotta eat? Why is y'all trying to be funny? Like, I don't give a fuck about you or your card. Just get your shit and sit down. Like, he was telling them that. And I'm thinking like, you're gonna be a problem. You ain't gonna be here long. Somebody gonna ditch your forehead up. Like, just chill out. But he was so funny. And it was funny because he was known, just like me, we were class clowns, we were goofballs. But in here, he was funny in a different way. Like, it was like he was clowning these dudes in a different way. And I'm thinking like, Lord, this is not gonna be good. I'm like, you gotta just lie. He was like, no, these niggas lame as fuck trying to act like they so hard. I'm a nigga just like them. I bleed just like them. I'm thinking like, this is true, but really the dangerous side. Stop trying to play them for somebody trying to get older. Now we gotta fight. He was like, all right, I'm gonna chill out or whatever. So we get through with the whole green unit. Everybody done said smart remarks. He said smart remarks back. Nothing really happened. So he got that reputation because he was like that every day. And I'll tell anybody, as a correctional officer, be firm, fair, and consistent. If you cannot consistently act like this, then don't start off like this, okay? Be who you gonna be. I was the same way for the most part every day. If you spoke to me like you got some good conversation, I'm gonna speak to you like I got conversation. You act like a fool, we can act a fool. Like, that's just how it was with me, and everybody knew that. Like, if you be chilling, Baker gonna chill. You wild out, she finna come for you, okay? And I ain't just gonna come today. I'm gonna come tomorrow, next week, in the middle of the night. I'm gonna send a crew. Don't mess with me, and I won't mess with you, okay? They can move me to another unit. I'm gonna send somebody for you. That's just how I moved, okay? Because I felt like respect was everything. You ain't seen that one? Go watch that one too. But I just felt like respect was everything. And the inmates taught me that. You don't let people carry you a certain type of way, okay? Because then her, and him. And not only is the inmate watching, the correctional officers are watching too. Oh, you let that person say this and the X, Y, and Z to you. Oh, I'm going to talk to you any kind of way. No, you're not I. So either way, After that, we go from there and they tell us that we got to do the yard next, okay? So we go outside, we do the yard, and during this time, the inmates like to walk with some of the officers, not everybody, because, you know, they're up to certain things and they trying to get with the guards as well. So they'll walk and they try to talk, but your goal is to make sure they walk to the yard and you kind of shoot them, okay? Okay, go ahead and go on to the yard, go ahead, but someone gonna try to smooth and talk to you, whatever. And I feel like during this process, that's when a lot of the inmates work on trying to get with the officer. They'll sit there and try to walk slow with you and talk to you and everything. But as a real correctional officer with just there to do the job, that's your job to be like, okay, redirect them and go ahead and go to the yard. I don't need no conversation. I'm good. They be like, good morning, how you doing? Good afternoon, whatever. But by the time this was like afternoon, okay? So we go out there, we on the yard, and on the yard, while they're on the yard, you're sitting with the people that's out there. So it's me, Officer Nick, and it's another correctional officer. You got to have two, you know, people that's, you know, trying to go. He was new, so he could just be out there with me by himself. So either way, we on the yard, and so during this time we're doing a lot of talking. Like, we're watching the inmates or whatever. It's kind of like if you doing like if you got little kids out on the playground, they're on the playground playing and doing whatever they doing, sit-ups, running, whatever they doing or whatever. But as the officers, y'all are all hanging out and y'all just talking. So we're talking about everything. And he just catching me up with life. He had a child. I didn't know nothing about this child. I think at this time he had 2 kids, okay? And he was just telling me about them. He was so happy about talking about his kids and all the things he accomplished, how he went to that, you know, I think he went to the Army or the Air Force. I can't remember, but I think it was the National Guard. If I remember him right, I think it was the National Guard. But he was just telling about his experience, how he had went to Egypt and all this stuff like that. I was like, why I went to Egypt? And he was just telling me about Egypt, different things and stuff like that. Just telling me stuff because the yard is, I think, 2 to 3 hours, and we just out there and he just telling me about this stuff. And I was so amazed that he had did all this stuff and he was from the little area that I was from. And I was like, oh, wow, you doing it big, Nick. Okay, all right, that's cool. And I'm like, you like it? He was like, how many years you got left to be? And he said, you only had to sign up for 4 years. So he was on his last year, and I was like, you gonna sign up again? He said, you can re-list. He was like, nah, I think that's it for me. I just wanted the experience. I didn't like it. I like the perks to come with it. He was just telling me about it, like he was trying to recruit me. I'm like, ain't going on, nada. So we talking about everything, and then I was like, well, so do you got a girlfriend? Because, you know, people were walking up to me and said, you and Nick, y'all kind of, because I see y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of, you know. So I'm like, nah. That's just my friend. He used to go to school with me. That's my friend. They be like, he ain't looking at you like no friend. I'm like, yeah, whatever, okay. He's a hoe, and that's what he does. So, anyway, we just catching up. So, this day go by. We didn't have any issues. Okay. Day after day coming by, he getting trained. Before you know it, 6 months done went by, you know. Everybody thinks that we got something going on because I think that for him, he checks in with me. Because anytime I train somebody, yes, they go and be their own officers. They don't have to sit with me. They do everything by themselves. Because eventually you're by yourself. You go different places. I mean, there's always another officer present. But I'm saying you move like you want to move by yourself. But a lot of people, like, let's say if we're assigned on 2 different sides, because like I said, it was 2 different sides. You got 3 pods on this side, then on the other side of the unit is 3 other pods. So sometimes if he was assigned on one side, he'll come down where I was at, or if I'm in a booth on another side, he'll come up there with me, and he not supposed to be on that side, he's supposed to be on the other side. But you could move like you wanted to, but you had to go back eventually to your side. So people will start noticing, and the inmates be like, nigga, you ain't even assigned over here today. You need to go back over there. Why you over here talking to her? She don't want to talk to you. And so they would get mad. So he'll click, you know what I'm saying, because you gotta press the button and talk to them. He'll click that little button. He'd be like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? Why you worrying about what the fuck I'm doing? I ain't worrying about what you doing. Like, he will come as hard as they did, and I'm thinking, like, I was here for it. I'm like, me and his ain't scared. Alright, Nick, you got it. Because one thing about it, I did teach Nick how to write people up. So they knew how much to say to him, because they knew he was good with that pen. And I will teach him quickly how to write somebody up. They can talk. If you're talking jump, they can talk jump as well. But if they go too far, like threatening or doing something like that, yep. You say you're gonna do what? Oh, okay. because he used to run the bag. That's what he used to call it. I'm finna run that bag. You keep on talking shit or whatever. And so that's $10, you know, and that's a lot to somebody that's not getting it much. Like if you're getting $10, $30 for somebody that just barely got that $30, $10 from that for that whiteout, you finish it up. You finna sit down. Nigga, you got it. Okay, you got it. But sometimes they didn't care because it was a ego thing. But either way, for the most part, a lot of the inmates respected him because people began to talk, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, not only was he talking to me, he was telling other people, and a lot of people knew that he was military, like he was involved in the military and everything, and some of the inmates were military, so they respected it. And for the most part, he didn't go to start trouble. He only reacted off of what you did. You came, brought some drama to him, he gonna bring something to you. So it won't like he was a troublemaker. Very good officer, by the way. Very, very good officer, by the way. So either way, I remember 6 months after he'd been there, I remember getting my hair done. Getting my hair freshly blowed out. And usually I always used to wear my hair in curls or whatever, or a wrap or whatever. But remember I had got my hair blowed out for the first time or whatever. So my hair was like extra long, okay? My hair, no weave, no stitches, it's long, pretty. Every time you walk, you swinging or whatever. And so the inmates, I lost my scrunchie. I had a scrunchie. I had my hair tightly up, and I lost my scrunchie. I don't know. It fell while I was walking. So I was walking around looking for a scrunchie, right? And so the inmates was like, Becky, you need to put your hair up. You need to put your hair up. You need to put your hair up. And they kept telling me, you need to put your hair up. Because it was certain things about a woman can just do something to a man. Whether you're inside a prison or out, and hair did something to a man. It's swinging and stuff, not only for your protection. You could just be walking and talking in your hair, and you just do your hair like that, and that can make 10 men elevate. Everybody, elephant trunk is up. I don't know how else to tell you, okay? So, you know, some of the inmates was like, "Becky, you need to put your hair up." But when I was a younger officer, I didn't really understand that stuff like that. But it was causing a frenzy in the block. Like you walking around and your hair out, and no, every time my hair was out, I was always in the booth. Okay, when I went in the booth, I take my boots off. I get comfortable. I take my hair down because I'm gonna be up there for a little while. I get relaxed. I don't take my shirt or nothing off, but you know, you get comfortable up there. Okay, so either way, I didn't notice that I lost my hair bow. So the inmates were like, you need to take a glove, and what you do is you take, you know, like if you put a regular glove that you're cleaning with, the bottom of it, you can tear it and make a hair bow. And so they told me you need to take, so inmates were walking up to me and said, Becky, you need to put your hair up. You need to put your hair up. So Officer Nick, being Officer Nick, like, why the fuck she gotta put her hair up? First of all, it's policy. I need to put my hair up. And he was like, So every time an inmate would give me one of those barrettes, because I'm thinking like, show me how you, because I don't know what you did to that thing, and I ain't take stuff from inmates. How do you run it? So they showed me. They came to the front of the pod. I'm out there in the circle sitting down, and they showed me. I was like, I don't want you to show me how you make it. So I did what they did. I took one of the barrettes, because I'm by policy now, and they were right. I had to listen now, because they were right. I ain't supposed to be walking around with my hair down, whatever. So I wanted to, because I couldn't find it. I asked everybody, you got a hair bow? You got a hair bow? You got a hair bow? Nobody had a hair bow. So I took one of the things I did. They showed me how to do it, and I did it, and I put my hair up. But every time I would put my hair up, because they told me to put it up, and they won't, because I was listening. I was just trying to be in policy, because I really try to listen to the rules, because once people in the sky, we used to say the people in the sky, because the people that watch the camera see you do certain things, they think that you're trying to get an inmate's attention. And that was not the case. I literally had my hair up, and then I don't know what happened to it. It slid off when I was walking. I couldn't find it. And 9 out of 10, sometimes when your stuff fell off, your earring fall off, an inmate got it somewhere. So either way, I put my hair out, he will pop it. So like if I put my hair out, he'll pop it. Let your hair down. Your hair pretty. Fuck them. And I just carry on doing it. And so finally, I had to go in the bathroom, plait my little hair, like brush it, plait it, put it in a ball and put it up, whatever. And so I put it up, and like he couldn't pop that because how I was doing it. But he kept doing it. He popped like 4. And then every time he pop it, he'll give me a new one. Like he'll make a new one. Here, go do it again. And that, like, he was a goofball. And we would have fun. I would laugh, but I finally was like, hey, that's enough now. So anyway, I went in the bathroom. He got a pad, so he was fine. So I braided my hair and I put it in a ball or whatever. And so he said, you just look so military when you put your hair back like that. He's like, I like it. I like it. Your face is so pretty. And I'm thinking like, okay, Officer Nick, thank you. And stuff like that. And he was flirting extra hard. And I'm thinking like, sir, we done been working together for 6 months. Like, I look the same every day. He said, no, you look different today. I don't know what you did in your hair, but you look different today. You done, girl, I want to take you out. And I'm thinking like, So I'm in the booth. I eventually go in the booth and he's supposed to be working on the other side, but he come up there and get talking. And sometimes when the officers were trying to hide from doing their job tasks, they would come in the booth, but they wouldn't go up there and sit with you. They would stand on the bottom of the step and they'll be talking to you, whatever. And so he's there not talking, but you got a little straightforward, so won't nobody see that somebody there, because you trying to cover, because you know you trying to hide your partner that's down there, whatever. And I'm talking, I'm laughing. They be like, "What are you talking? Officer Nick must be up there with you." And I'm thinking like, "What are you talking about? Officer Nick must be out there." And then sometimes the sergeant might come out looking for them, whatever. And of course you got to act like they ain't down there, because you covering your teammate. Everybody used to do it, but either way, he was so funny and he was joking. He told me some, I want to take you out. Shit, I'm tired of playing games. We've been flirting for about 6 months. I want to take you out. I'm like, you don't want to take me out. He was like, yeah, I do want to take you out, okay? And I'm like, okay, well, let's go out, whatever. So he was like, and this was the time where everybody was linking and chilling and stuff like that. I was like, well, you know what? You can come to my apartment after work or whatever. We could chill. Like I said, I knew him, y'all. So I'm like, we could chill after work. He was like, shit, don't tell me what a good time. He was like, what you want to eat? I'll bring you some food or whatever. And so he was like, well, give me your phone number so I'll call you when we get off work. And so that's what happened, whatever. So it went from the prison to the house, whatever. Because like I said, he was fine. Everybody was whispering, saying we had this going on, but we won't. So 6 months in, he asked me out, whatever. And so I was like, nah, just come chill or whatever. Just come chill. And I won't try to do nothing for real. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just want him to come to my space, because after you work 12 hours, who want to go somewhere? I don't. I want to sit down. I want to be where I'm comfortable most. So you can come to my house, because he invited me, like, yo, we can go out. You come to my space. You can come to my place or whatever. And I'm like, I had been to his house before. Because I was off and he asked me one day what he was doing prior to this or whatever. And I came over there. I probably was over there about 15 minutes or whatever. Because he asked me for something. I can't remember, y'all. But he asked me for something. It was something that he needed. And I can't remember what it was, but I had another pair of it. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. It was long. This was a long time. This is in 2014. It's 2025 right now. Okay. Now y'all probably, yeah, I might go ahead and slide this one to y'all. I'm about to say y'all probably get this in January 26th, but I'm gonna go ahead and slide this to you. But either way, the young man or whatever was like, okay, boom, I'm gonna come chill. Well, we watch a movie or two. I'll go to the crib or whatever. I'm like, okay, yeah, you can or whatever. And so during this time, Netflix was not a app. Okay, Netflix was like, they had a box. It was called a red box where you can go get a DVD or whatever. Okay, now the ones that know, but either one, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's what it used to be. That's how you would Netflix and chill. Okay, you go buy, you take your card, slide, boom, pick you out all the new movies that had just came from the movie theater was in there, and boom, you take it, whatever, you go to the crib. So I went and got a couple of movies or whatever, and then he got a couple of movies, and we was supposed to watch. We were supposed to watch 3 movies or whatever. He got 2, I got 2. We were supposed to watch 3. And then, he gone where he was going. So we did this about 3 days in a row, want nothing to it. So we did this, like, we spaced it out. So let's say if we did it this week, 2 months later, we did it another time. And when I say did it, I'm talking about he came over to the house, he brought me something to eat, we'll chill, we'll look at the movies. And especially like if something new just came in, he'd be like, hey, the new movie come out, we literally would chill. Now, he would come over there and, okay, I didn't, he was, okay, now, okay, some of the officers did that. I didn't do it. I didn't participate, I might was in the room, but I didn't, so he was, hey, I'm just telling you what it is. So either way, and he would, do it or whatever, and, okay, and I would just eat and you'd sip, okay, with a little sip or whatever, and it was just a vibe. Like, he was so friendly, and I think that when you're around me, I like laugh, joke, whatever, have fun.
I kind of give that homegirl vibe or whatever. But the problem is a lot of people that hang around me, they not looking at me as no homegirl. And I didn't understand that, okay? Back in the day, I didn't understand I can't just be your homegirl. Why I can't just chill with you? Why we just can't be homies, okay? This man, when I was, eating or doing whatever, I look at, he be always was looking at me. I'm like, well, watch the TV. He like, what he was doing? He told me, nah, you just so pretty. And he just kept saying, you just so pretty. And I'm thinking like, not so much. Okay. So anytime he would come over there, I would just have on PJs or whatever, regular like PJs, a matching PJ set or whatever. And usually they were long sleeves, like silk or something like that. Or I have moo-moos on. And so I didn't see nothing what he was saying. And I'm thinking like my hair will always be out or whatever. Of course, my hair will be out or whatever. Just natural, like not really too much to it. Have a little lip gloss on because I ain't gonna walk around with a dry lip. But never try to do too much. I always smelled good or whatever. But I didn't even try to do too much because I thought he was fine. But I also thought he was a player. And I ain't want to pause. And one thing I did not like about him is that he used to talk about his baby mama. I cannot respect nobody that talk down on their baby mama because this is your baby mama. She's always going to be a part, and she is the mother of your children. He would talk so bad because I'll be like, okay, if you been with her, he had been with this woman forever, y'all. He done been with this woman by then. Like, they started off young, okay? He's 12, okay? And now we would 20, 22, 23. We're in our 20s. I'm gonna say we in our 20s, our mid 20s, whatever. No, we probably younger than that, but we were in our 20s, okay? And you talking junk about her. You like, yeah, she just, well, why you not with her if you been with her so many years? Like, y'all started off when y'all were 12 or whatever. Why you not with her? He'd be like, well, she's ran through. Her walls is loose. It's not really good. Like, sir, that's too much. Even if it wasn't true, like, why you talking about her? You could have came up and told me something else. But he would talk so bad about her, just trying to make it seem like he went with her. In real reality, he loved that girl with everything in him. He just trying to get some pee, okay? That's just true. But he gonna try to downplay her like she's nothing. And he did this, and I know he didn't just do this with me because he trying to downplay her. But really, if she go out and go get another man, his chest will come on cave in, okay? That's his world, but he want this one and this one and this one. But, I didn't know that because I'm thinking like he seemed so real. But when it came out, and I didn't like it. Me, because for one, I had a child. So anytime he would come over to my house, the daycare worker that I used to work with, she kind of was like a family daycare, and like my family knew her. Like, I had a guy aunt that told me about her, and she had been working with kids for almost 36 years. She made herself comfortable enough with me that I really trusted her with my child. So when I would work certain nights, let's say if I had to work at a prison on the weekend, like, she would keep my son overnight, okay? So she wouldn't have to come because I was working 12 hours. Now, I would not do that today because I feel like some people are different on the clock versus off the clock or whatever, but she made me feel comfortable. And like I said, I was young, okay? I was really young, okay? So I didn't know these things, but like I said, for the most part, nothing really happened to my child. Now, when my child got a little older, he told me about some stuff that did happen that I was like, that's why I wouldn't recommend you let people you think you can trust on clock people one way and on the clock. Because my son was telling me some stuff. I'm like, they did what now? She was okay, but the people around her, they had some issues. But we might get into that. We might get into that. I might tell y'all those storyline. But either way, that's what she used to do, just to prank the story time. So anytime he would come to my house, my son was never present. Because like I said, I only introduced my son, or I tried to only introduce my son to permanent people, okay? Now, as I went on, my older son met some people that was not permanent because, if you entertaining people and then he get up, you know what I'm saying? Then who you got to say? Well, this is Uncle such and such, you know what I'm saying? But my young son now, no, I'm a date like old school people used to. My friend is gonna be met somewhere else, okay? I'm gonna meet them. We gonna have our little time, and when I come home, I'm gonna be home, okay? And I advise every woman to do that. Don't bring these people you do not barely know around your kids because they can switch up, and you can be in danger, and you put your kids in danger. You could be broke up with him today. 6 months ago, he could pop back up on your porch. Remember me? And then kill everybody. Don't be bringing these men to your house. I don't care how good they look and how good you think they are. Okay?
Get to know these men, and it's gonna take you more than 6 to 8 months to get to know somebody. Know somebody for about a year or two before you bring them into your house. Anyway, that's a little free nugget for the women that's out there dating, because people crazy and they switch up, and you don't really know people until you live with them, and then it's too late. Watch this story time. The worst relationship ever. Just watch it. It's 3 hours long, but take you some time. Watch it an hour a day until you finish the whole thing, baby. I learned me something, okay? You just can't trust everybody, no matter how much you think you know them. Either way, jumping back into this story time. Nick was cool or whatever, but I just didn't like that. He was on the couch and he would always talk. We would always end up on the subject line of her. And I was the type of person there, or still is the type of person. Why are we talking about her? Unless I ask a question about her, why are we ending up on her? But I think he just wanted me to feel comfortable. He was making me uncomfortable. And I'm thinking like, look, nigga, I don't want to talk about your baby mama. I'm going to send you back home to your baby mama because you get on my nerves. Because I'm one of the people that I will sit there and entertain it. But after a while, I'm finna tell you about yourself. Baby, what? I'm one of those blood friends. They're going to tell you things in love. Either going to receive or you want to fight. Whatever you want to do, we can do. But at the same time, if you listen to me, you're going to be all right. You're going to learn something. So either way, I'm like, baby, I don't want to keep talking about your baby mama. I just feel like stupid. It make you look stupid as an individual. I told him straight up. That's your baby mama, okay? She is over 2 of your kids, okay? You picked this, so what was it about you there, Trader? Like, we gonna look on you, like, and to the point like that. So after we had that conversation, I think he felt some type of way because we didn't chill again to like 2 months later. He hit me up, hey, want to chill? Let's do such and such. We walking outside, like, we at the prison. We walking to our cars. It's time for us to get off. And he walked up to me. He was like, I know we ain't chilling a while. I've been busy doing X, Y, and Z, whatever, but I want to chill again. I'm like, okay, cool. So after that, we chill. He finally asked me, hey, I would love for us to start, you know what I'm saying, being more than just friends. And I'm like, what that mean? He was like, I really am interested in you being my girl. And I'm like, what? I'm like, for real? He was like, yes. He was like, I really had to make sure everything was squared away. Me and, her won't dealing no more. And I didn't want to involve you in nothing like that. So I really took some time away to make sure this over. And that is over. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? It could just be us or whatever. I'm like, oh, well, okay. If you serious, I'm serious. I was like, I'm down if you down or whatever. And so we started chilling every night after that. Like, it was afterward, we would always chill. If my son wasn't there, because I wouldn't let him come over when my son wasn't there. It's just a son of I just wouldn't let him come over. But if my son wasn't there, he knew he could come to my house. And then sometimes if my son was going to be home, I would go over there and chill a couple of minutes and then I come back. Because he like literally lived up the road for me. He lived 10 minutes from me. I'll come chill a little bit. And then I'll come back to the house, whatever. Like maybe go before I go pick him up or whatever. So that just became our life for our first, like, we dated. We didn't date that long, y'all. So let's say if we dated 10 months, we dated 10 months, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Just keep watching. So let's say we dated 10 months. The first, a couple of months was going by, whatever. Let's say 3 months in our relationship. No, we done went all them other months. He done worked in a prison now for about 2 years with me, whatever. But now, I guess it's time to do the hump bump, the grown up, the nice deal, okay? And so, I'm telling my friends, because I didn't tell everybody that me and he were dating, but if you were not dumb or slow, you knew what was going on. If I was working anywhere, this man will come check in with me. He will make sure I'm straight. He became even more overprotective. I'm talking about to the point, I wouldn't advise couples to work in a prison, because inmates is going to be inmates, and they're going to come up to you. They're going to say their little 1-2 line, and he begin to get jealous, so jealous at work. Like, if an inmate come up there trying to talk, she don't want to talk to you. She don't want to talk to you. You go ahead. She good. What do you want? Ask me. Like, he was very, very much getting jealous, and people was putting it on. So I used to have to go and take him off the unit sometime and just talk to him like, bro, you got to calm down. It's okay. Inmates are going to say craziness. I know how to correct it. I've been here longer than you. I'm good. He was like, I don't want nobody fucking talking to my girlfriend like that, or asking them, or trying to flirt with them, or nothing like that. I ain't finna do this. But I said, if you keep doing it, you don't get well. I don't give a fuck if these niggas know you mine or whatever. So I'm thinking like, you just need to calm down. Okay? Nick, you need to go, Officer Nick. He was like, I like when you call me officer. And anytime you try to correct him, he made a joke out of it. But I was so serious, like, baby, this is where I make my bread and butter. You can't be acting crazy because people gonna figure it out. And another thing, if y'all dated, you had to report it. You supposed to report it. Some people didn't. I didn't. You supposed to report it. And I'm like, if you keep acting like acting, people are gonna get the gist of what we doing, and then we gonna be caught, and now we got to report it. And then if y'all report it dated, they're gonna switch your shifts, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be moved just in case they want to keep you up here, because they like the men. They really like the men, because we didn't have that many solid men. He wanted men. If you want to fight, we can fight. The inmates. You want to do whatever, we got to run down somebody. He was a good officer. So I'm thinking like, nope, I don't want to get the chance of being moved. Chill out. So now we back at my place or whatever. Y'all, we've been together long enough. It's time to do the hump the bump, okay? And honey, I need that itch scratch. It's been a minute for me. It's time to get that itch scratch. So I ain't in no moo today. My hair is fresh to curl. I curl up my whole head. My hair is just flowing and going, okay? I got lingerie on, red, baby. Stop sign. Stop, look at me, and take it off, please. And that's what it was. So normally, like, we would go out sometime. He'll take me out to the restaurant sometime. But for the most part, our thing was actually watching movies. We enjoy watching movies together and eating. We'll play like games and stuff like that. We would have a good time. Like I wish TikTok was in then, but TikTok went around. Yeah, it won't create it yet. But either way, we had a good time with each other. Like, we will play games, and we follow things on the phone. We'll do different things. We'll try different trends together. Like, we really enjoyed each other company. We had such a good time together. It was just like being with your homegirl. Like, he was so fun to be with. So this particular night, he knew what was up. He not dumb. He knew what was up. I was usually when I'm chilling with somebody, if I ain't trying to do something, I'm gonna sit a certain way. Like, I'm gonna have space in between us. Baby, ain't want no space. I was sitting, smelling all good, breast all out, baby. I'm talking about real close to him. I'm talking about sitting as close as I possibly, just not on his lap. I'm out with being his lap. I'm doing extra stuff. The remote is over here leaning all over his lap and stuff like that, touching him every chance I get. Boy, you know what's going on. I'm in heat, baby. Put my fire out, okay? So either way, the young man's like, okay. And when he come in, he was like, oh my God, I like this nipple. Here you got. Let me see. Turn around for me. He told me, oh yeah, that look good with your hair. I love that. That smile on you. Oh girl, you looking good. You smelling good. Oh, you must want some. And so I'm like, what are you talking about? We didn't even get down like that. He told me some shoes, dress like that. We finna do something. I said, okay then. And so we thought, oh, okay. Because, like, I guess people did not try me like that because I was a homegirl. You know what I'm saying? I presented myself as a homegirl. And, like, if you build a friendly vibe with somebody, you just don't want to miss that or whatever. So he really was patient with me. He really waited me out or whatever. So we watched one movie, okay, and then we get to drinking, y'all. And he done brought the liquor. He done went to the ABC store. And I'm not one of them. So once I get on some real liquor, I start acting licorice. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so now I'm rubbing on him. I'm touching arms, I'm touching necks, I'm playing with hair, I'm kissing neck, I'm licking on ears, I'm doing all this stuff. So we turn into one of the moves when you open the door and y'all kissing all over each other. We taking stuff off. He done picked me up. We done went to my bedroom. It's going down, okay? It's going down, okay? So we just doing everything. He going downtown, but he's struggling down there. I'm like, sir, what are you doing? Like, if you gonna eat it, eat it. If you not, get up. If you don't know what you're doing, don't. And he just, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What is you doing? Sir, yeah, like you scared to be down there. And then he's saying things like, wow, you smell amazing. Like, he is like, he can't believe that there's no, he said, you don't have an odor. I said, what? I'm sitting there like, what? There's no odor here. Well, what do you use? Like, do you use a clean, like literally in between asking me stuff. And I'm thinking like, sir, what is going on? Like, what? He was like, I just ain't never, somebody, they always got a little oomph to it. Like, what kind of soap do you use? What do you eat? Do you take a probiotic, like a pill or something? Like, how do you, and I'm thinking like, sir, this ain't the time to be asking me all these questions. Do what you do. So I'm like, ain't trying to talk to him. I'm putting his head down like, boy, do. Go ahead and do what you do, okay? So he down there. I said, oh, yeah, he don't know what he's on, okay? So then once he get where he need to get, I don't know if y'all had to redirect somebody. He get where he get, and you just hold his head. This is head, y'all. You just kind of like, don't move. Yeah, you right there. Okay, we finna. Okay. Either way, so he do what he do, and I go and then I'm just trying to keep it cute. 'Cause I don't know what you two gonna do with this or everything or whatever. He just needed a little help. Okay. He like, oh, this good. He want to do all this talking. This good, honey. I bet you like this. And I'm thinking like, sir, you barely okay. Either way, okay. You know your body, so you know how to, when the ones that know, you go. Either way, we didn't get into it. So either way, he was like, oh, it's time for Big Daddy time. And I'm thinking like, I don't like how this sounded. It you know what I'm saying? I don't know how. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it sounded. I said, oh, okay. All right. Okay. So either way, he pulled Big Daddy out, and Big Daddy was not big at all. He was shrimp. Okay. It was a little shrimp, a ball or shrimp. Okay. When he peed, it tickled over his balls. I was like, what is the world? In my head, I did say, I try to keep a straight face, but I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe he got a grower. And he said it. He was like, oh, it's a grower. It's all right. It might don't look like too much, but it's a grower. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give Big Daddy some love. So I'm down there trying to give Big Daddy some love, and Big Daddy is never turning into Big Daddy. Okay, Big Daddy turned into a bigger size shrimp. You know how you can go to the store and you can get the small shrimp, then you get the medium. It turned into a large patch shrimp, still rolled up, still, when he pees, still touching his balls. Like it just won't even. I'm like, oh my God. Just fine for nothing. Like, Lord, that's all you made him. He just fine. I was like, this man was so pretty. His feet was pretty, y'all. Everything about this man was pretty. Shrimp, though. He had the large shrimp. Like, when you go get the large shrimp, he had the large little shrimp, okay? The same with and everything. So the next time you eat shrimp and you get a large, y'all imagine Officer Nick, okay? Officer Pretty Nick, okay? Pretty Nick with the little shrimp. Clear. Because that's how small it was. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fake my way through this. Oh my God, I could not believe it because he was so cocky. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he was, and sometimes y'all, when I be watching, like I told y'all, he's a content creator, big content creator, and I'm thinking like everybody be in his comments like, he is so fine, he's so this, I wouldn't mind. I'm thinking like, girl, don't waste your time. But I never say nothing because I know that he is married, but the same baby mama, y'all, he is married, but he only posts her on birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, stuff like that. He don't post her no more than that, okay? So that's like 1 or 2 times out the year. So if you don't really follow his page, you don't know that. And then he got a separate page where he posts his content, okay? So my thing, if you don't know him, you wouldn't even know he married. But the comments become like, oh, he's so fine. He did. And he is. To this day, he find her, okay? But baby, he had a shrimp, okay? So anyway, I'm sitting there trying to get through this, like, how in the world? Because I don't want to sit there and overhype somebody up. But he was like, yeah, make noise for Big Daddy. It's so good, ain't it? He up there trying to move his shrimp. And I'm thinking, like, I don't feel nothing. I'm sitting there like this. I don't feel nothing. Y'all, if y'all can hear that noise, that's a trash truck in the background. But he just... And I'm just sitting like... I'm laying on my back because he was like, let Big Daddy get on top of you. Because how he was talking, it was going to be something that you can get up there and ride and have time. So when we kissing and I'm servicing Big Daddy, I thought that I would have to get on it. But I'm thinking like, there's no way that I can ride Big Daddy because Big Daddy is not Big Daddy. And I don't know why you referring it as Big Daddy. Okay, it's a fruit roll-up. For real, okay, but okay, whatever you want to call it, that's your stuff. So he was like, and then when he started, when I'm trying to make this thing be bigger than what it is, okay, he is playing with it. Like, I'm down there, he, you know what I'm saying? And so he started the drill. He said, hold up, you need to calm yourself down. You need to calm yourself down. I'm thinking like, what is going on? He said, you need to calm yourself down because, when I start, doing that or whatever, I need friction. I need friction. And so he started to become annoying to me because he became upset because I would get due. Wait, and I'm thinking like, sir, what in the world? That's what you want, right? And so he was like, no, you just calm yourself down or whatever. He was like, let's just sit here for a minute because he wanted to calm himself down. So, you know what I'm saying? He could, do what it do. So anyway, he get to doing what he do. And baby, when I tell you, it was a slip and slide. It was just. And she little, okay. I don't want to get y'all in my business and stuff, but she's little. I ain't let everybody run through. You know what I'm saying? She's little, she's tame, she's small, okay. The average man put in there is gonna be like, wait a minute, But that one, oh my God, it just felt like this is wrong and I shouldn't be doing this. But anyway, I went through with it and he was like, yeah, say daddy name. I like when you say daddy name. And I was just like, yeah, make some noise. And I was like, and we in the dark, so he can't see my face, but I'm like this. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Laughing in the inside, because baby, what in the house? Why would you even do this? Okay. So then afterwards or whatever, he laid there and cuddled with me, and he was like, I usually don't do this, but he was like, I really, really, really like you. I almost love you, girl, and stuff like that. Kissed me on the forehead and went to sleep like he did something big, honey, y'all. And I'm thinking like, boy, you need to stay away from that term big. Just stay away from it, okay? So y'all, I stayed with him after that. And we talked about it. The next time we chilled was so awkward, y'all. Because he was like, so how was it? Because I know I'm not as big as other people. And I'm thinking like, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? And you know how you ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but it's okay. He's like, no, you can be real with me. I was like, I really don't want to be, I don't want to be, because I don't want to hurt your feelings or whatever. He's like, no, just tell me what it is. It's like, is it the smallest you ever seen? I'm like, no, it ain't the smallest I ever seen. But he was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, it's okay. It's okay or whatever. So imagine being fine as you find. You can't eat and you got a shrimp. Sir, she ran through that baby mama is because she probably let somebody do something that can do something about it. Because we know if you've been with her since 12, she can't be run through. If she being faithful to you, there's no way she ain't even been through. So what are you talking about? And if she is ran through, baby, that tell me all I need to know. Steve down the street is getting to her. Somebody I know it, babe. Somebody's leaving in my somebody's leaving in my bed. What's this whole my bed? And maybe that's why you always used to talk about her like a dog, because she was always treating, but you won't leave him because you had them 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just what it is. You run her through the mud because you knew somebody's making mine. That's somebody. What's he gonna say? And you can't sing, y'all, but no, what a song. What is it? Come home early. Something wrong and it's written all over y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying. I know somebody like, well, she burned this song. Yeah, I do. I like to sing, can't sing, y'all. But if I could, baby, y'all wouldn't even know me. But either way, somebody is over there, and that's why you hate her. Good. That's why you talk about her like a dog. Cause you know Steve is doing what he doing. He coming over there while you working them 12 hours. Somebody working her. Cause baby, to get through it with you, baby, you can't take her through that. Take her through that. And take her through it that you ain't took her down. And then the audacity, if you ain't got the big daddy, you supposed to be able to do something. You got to master something. Cause baby, what are you doing? You just something pretty to look at. Baby, I know she was cheating. That's why you talk about it like you do. Either way, she stayed around. She's still around. So, hey, I bet y'all got an open relationship. It got to be. Because she open to whoever smiling. I know she is. There ain't no way she's terrified. And how you... Okay, we ain't gonna get on that. We gonna jump back into the story. So, we sit there and talked about it, and I was just telling him, no, this ain't the smallest thing I've seen. It ain't the biggest thing I've seen, but it's okay. You cool. I really like you. It don't even matter. As long as we, And I did. I really like, we had built a relationship, and I think that's the most important. If you got that situation, you want to build that staff relationship, and then she'll stay around and she's a good girl. But I was thinking, like, in my mind, I got to get out of this. So I'm telling my homegirl, like, eventually, like, oh, how y'all been together for a little minute now? It's been like almost 9 months or whatever. Like, girl, you gonna stay with him? And I'm like, girl, no. I'm trying to figure out how I can break up with. She was like, what's wrong? I said, shrimp. She was like, he looked like he might got a shrimp. And he walking around so cocky because she was one of the girls that work in the prison with me. And so I was like, yes, girl. So she was like, well, just tell him you're not happy. Just tell him that you know, or just do like you really do. Start answering the phone. I was like, I can't do that because he worked with me. And so one particular day, I just text him. I'm like, we need to talk, right? And I text him one of the text messages. He was like, oh, you don't want to fuck with me no more? And I'm like, no, we just need to talk. And so he pulled up. I was at Bojangles in the parking lot because I figured I ain't gonna do it at my house because you me acting crazy. I could just pull off. And I get in the car with him and I talked to him and I was just telling him that at this time I'm really focused on my career. I'm trying to be a sergeant. And I got a lot going on with my child. I blame my son, y'all. I got a lot going on with my child and I really got to figure that out. And I just don't have time to entertain, you know. I'm not going to have the time to entertain you like I would like to entertain you. So I'd rather us just be friends and stuff like that. And he was like, so you don't want to fuck with no more? What did I do? He was like, I ain't even do shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, usually if I have a girl, I talk to this one, talk to that one. But you know what I'm saying? I thought we were building something special. And I'm like, we did. But I just feel like I don't want to continue what we got going on. I just feel like I really need, my son is going through stuff that I don't really want to talk about, but I feel like we just should be friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't have time to give you the time that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? He was like, okay. So we gave each other a hug or whatever. He was like, well, tomorrow can I come over to your place and get stuff? Because he would come over to my place, but he would leave in things. You know what I'm saying? I guess so if somebody come over there, they'll see that a man is present. Like, okay, whatever. So he was like, okay. So he was like, he can come over there. Like, he had a pair of shoes over there. He had an extra toothbrush over there. He had like some shirts and stuff over there. Because like I was coming to his place as much as he was coming to my place. He had a nice place too. So he was like, I'm gonna come over there and get my stuff or whatever and stuff like that. But he was like, we could still be friends. I still want to be friends and we could chill sometime or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, we sure can do that or whatever. But in my head, I was thinking like, we had to cut off that chilling because every time we're trying to chill, this man was always trying to hunch like he had something spectacular, baby. No, I don't want to hunch you, baby. We might as well just dry hump because, baby, what's the point? So either way, the young man was like, he came up to the house, he knocked on the door, whatever, I let him in, and I'm on the couch, like, because I really, like, this is awkward, you know what I'm saying? I done broke up with you, whatever, now we at work trying to act like I ain't broke up with you, whatever. He's still feeling some type of way, he watching everything I'm doing. I think he think that I broke up with him to be with another officer because 2 new officers just started, and they are so fine, they were so fine, y'all. And, I think he thought originally that's what I broke up with him, but they won't. It was just like, I ain't being satisfied and I'd rather just be myself, baby. I got a vibrator to do what I need it to be done, baby. You ain't it, baby. And I'm not finna keep wasting my time with you, okay? Baby, I'm just telling it like it is, okay? Baby, what? And then like, it was just the cockiness for me. Yeah, tell me what Big Daddy doing to you. Nothing. I can't keep role playing with you, baby. I couldn't do it. I'm just too real of a person. I can't do it. So either way, we broke up. He came and got his stuff. Y'all, when he was leaving the apartment, like literally the stuff that he got, it would take him maybe 3 minutes to grab. Y'all, I'm sitting there watching the movie. He's standing, like if I'm sitting down laying on the couch looking at the TV under the covers, he's standing by there just looking. You good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He was like, did you want me to stay to watch the movie? I'm like, not really, because I'm about to go to sleep after this and it ain't got that much time on or whatever. He was like, okay. He was like, well, all right, I'll see you at work again. I was like, okay. So after that, y'all, it was so awkward working with somebody that you don't broke up with and everybody know that y'all kind of got something going on. And now they seeing that I'm becoming distant, not him. He's trying to put himself around me, but I'm like, if I see him on the other opposite end or somewhere, I will go. If he's outside, I won't do yard with him. Like I'm trying to distance myself. So eventually he begins to, I don't know where he requested or what happened, but they switched him to night shift. So then I was like, whew, good or whatever. So boom, after that, he probably worked in the prison. Cause like I said, I only worked there 5 years. So let's say after this, a year or so went by, whatever. After probably he been there for like the 3rd year he was there. I was on my last year. He ended up getting fired because he kept coming to work late. Like always calling out. He kept calling out all the time. So they eventually just let him go. And so then after that,
like I said, like it was never no ill. Like when we kind of just broke things off, I just went my way. I never said nothing about it. I never put his business out there in the street. Only one of my friends knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? And she was a friend. She was not one of the one that you tell something, she go just spray everything. And people would ask me like, "Won't you dealing with such and such?" I was like, "Oh yeah, this is my friend. That's what's my friend." But everybody knew what was up. That man used to walk me to the car on Valentine's Day. He brought me flowers and roses to the prison. Like people knew. You ain't stupid. You put two together, whatever. But it just is like, I could do it, baby. I could do it. I did it. But it was just like, this again, we gotta do it again. It was like punishment. Like I just, can we just look at each other? Cause you fine, but it just, If I was gonna grade him from a scale of 1 to 10, that man was a 9.5. That's how fine he was. He was fine, but he was just. Baby, you gotta be more than fine now. You gotta have some pressure behind you somewhere. But either way, that is the end of the story called Shrimp, okay? So Officer Nick, wherever you at, baby, I'll be seeing you on my new feed. You still fine, but baby, please, y'all, don't waste your time. And no, I will not reveal who he is, but baby, I'm pretty sure when you scroll, you probably have seen him, okay? If you think about somebody that's fine as a creator that keep doing reaction videos, baby, it's probably him I'm talking about. Anyway, much love. No hate this way. It just, he ain't as blessed and highly favored as people probably think he is, okay? Yes, he's tall. Yes, he's fine, baby. Don't waste your time. Anyway, I will see y'all guys on the next video. Thank you. If you watch this far, I want y'all to drop me some red hearts in the chat, and I will see y'all on the next video. Make sure before you leave, you like, comment, share. Make sure you hype this video up. Bye, besties. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Come back and see another. And I do have a playlist of the prison time stories. So if you like this story time, make sure you go watch all the prison story time. Watch you 2 or 3 a day, okay? Until you finish all of them, because it's quite a few. Anyway, I got some more coming. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification button so you can know and don't miss. I usually post on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those are my set days to post. But sometimes when I got a story time that I just want to go ahead and drop, I will drop on Wednesdays or Saturdays, or if I got like some kind of vlog I need to get, that's why. But my normal scheduled days is Wednesdays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. So if you up, click on me. But anyway, bye, besties. Bye. Thanks for watching.